Welcome back. Welcome back. If you're back, thanks for coming back. Hope you had a chance to get some food, watch the news. If you watched our first segment, you know we had quite the conclusion there, and we're going to try to not dwell on that here as we move into our second section. But a couple of our squads are out here just on traffic right here at Wiper and Cope. Jelly Joe is here. Action Alex. I'm just gonna give you a little bird's eye view. I got a traffic stop. I don't know too much about it. Oh, you didn't have your lights on when you came by. They're on now, though.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Squad 323. Squad.
So
301 to copy. First shots fired. 852 Mountain Street. One caller heard 8 shots coming from the alley. Nothing else was seen.
so you
Somebody
see,
backing up behind you.
323 down.
oh, thank you. I never hit anything in front of me.
No,
Squad
you haven't.
537. Squad 533.
All right.
537.
I don't think it's a stolen. They're just checking a car.
Yeah.
We got Alex.
523.
Alex is driving a Mark squad tonight.
Union Depot off 4th Street for DLC. It's calling by security. They have a female in the building near the bar that's helping herself do
Good, tell
everything at the
everybody.
bar. It's like,
Still in the copy as well. Her name project.
Yeah, native female 20 wearing a white Hard Rock shirt.
We got the address from Rapid SOS. Should be the one for that. Caller stated her child's father put hands on her and requested medics disconnected with verifying the address. Medics have been notified. It doesn't look like they're en route at this time.
Guess we got the east side to ourselves. Yeah.
Sounds like it. I think we're going to keep this on the RTAC.
On which? Our tech? Yeah,
Yeah.
good idea. Good idea. I'm trying to think if I got one more radio. I left the other one home. Good idea.
And 316 correction on that medic car now en route.
Copy.
The movie you were trying to think of, by the way, Sundown with Tim Roth,
No?
takes place in like Mexico.
No.
Oh,
Which movie? You're talking about the one where they live underground?
no, you said Moonlight or something like that.
No, it's called Moonlight.
Oh, it is called Moonlight.
It starts today. Let me see. I gotta pull it up on your thing. It's a brand new movie. And I think it's got Rihanna in it. Is that her name?
Rihanna?
Yeah.
Last one, go again.
Are you listening?
It must be a different one.
Anywhere else that they can help me?
Because the only Moonlight in here is from 2016.
What the hell is the name of the movie?
I'll find it. I'll find
Oh,
it.
it's Moon.
316, the TC is trying to get this cop back on the line, but it's going to voicemail.
Do it.
I'll make sure they still
That's
try.
another way to do it.
I'm looking up new Rihanna movie.
Well, it might not have her. I don't know. I could get my movies confused when I haven't seen them. That's a problem. But I don't normally get that confused. Well, I know what's, I know I'm not going to the Jackass movie, but a lot of people like those.
Moonfall.
Moonfall. Okay, there you go. That's it. Does it start today?
Yep. I googled new movie today.
Okay. Who's in it?
I'll tell you in a minute. I don't like the first review I see.
Well, forget the reviews.
I'm not gonna say
it's
a word.
sci-fi show, okay? Somebody said it was a really dumb movie, but I don't. I can live with dumb as long as.
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, yeah, Halle Berry. I said Rihanna. Rihanna's the one that's pregnant. She's pregnant. I don't know.
Well, you are quite the celebrity follower.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you know? These things flash up on Facebook, and you got to look at them to figure out what's going on in life, right?
That's right.
You know why I like her? Because she was in that movie Battleship.
I love that.
Battleship, and she was a gunner,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And that was a great role for her. in there.
That is one of those movies, if it comes on,
Yeah,
beginning, middle, or end, I have to watch it.
the same with you. And they had that real disabled vet that was in there too. That was cool. You know, they used him as well in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great show. How about that? The Art of War. That's not what it means. That's totally not what it means. But if you've ever played the game Battleship when you were little, okay, the story isn't just about a battleship.
We probably be okay.
Although the battleship's involved, the story is about, it's a metaphor with the game Battleship.
Copy.
So
Confiscated, the mail was back on scene of that.
if you remember playing Battleship, you'd pick G4 and that your opponent would say hit or miss, right?
Yep.
When you got all three, it would be sink. Well, in the movie Battleship, the way they determine where the alien ships are is by the tidal buoys for hurricanes. And they use the tidal buoys, they put a map up with tidal buoys to figure out if there was water displacement, that means the aliens are there.
Oh, okay.
You remember that? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Oh, yeah.
metaphor. That's the board. The board is exactly the same as the Battleship game.
Okay.
So now all you old Battleship fans that played that game when you were little, you got to watch the movie Battleship. Do not break into a Taco Bell and steal a taco. That's a terrible way to start a career. Even if it's for your girlfriend.
I know it's really great checking status.
Oh. This guy has, the guy down on Suburban has the victim's firearm.
Explain that to me.
143 State Street. I don't know.
Okay, the violation of the order for protection
Yep.
at the laundromat
Yep.
at Burns and Ruth.
Yep.
The female said that the suspect has her firearm.
No, the Burns and Ruth thing evolved to the 1900 Suburban?
Yes. Yes. Oh, those are the cross streets. I'm sorry. 1900 Suburban at the laundromat.
Okay. Okay. And was there a theft involved? Or?
No, it's a violation of an order for protection. Well, perhaps theft of the firearm.
Different phone numbers on the address. She did call back one time and was just being rude.
So,
wearing a-
is she there because he's violated or because she wants her gun back? This is the laundromat we're going to, right? Not her
Yes.
apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
371.
He took her .380 automatic and cash.
Oh. Like today.
Yes.
Okay.
But who's in with you?
Quarters, I
That was
presume.
58 Avenue at
Say what?
He took the quarters for the laundry. But he's at the laundromat.
Looks like only one car on scene.
214,
Is somebody there?
215, you can both stay
Yep.
clear. Got proper alarm.
Is this on 3?
Yep. Oh, I think so. Let me see. Yep.
What is it about?
Copy 180. Thanks for the
Probably 188.
Copy 180. Thanks.
Somebody coming or what?
What?
I hear a siren. Yeah, he's got to be behind us. Where is he? Yeah, he's coming. We will pull over and let the Mark Squad pass us. Assuming he's going to back him up. And we'll join in. We stay left because that's Burns, right?
Yeah.
We want to go to Suburban.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could enter the laundromat from both sides, I guess.
What 316?
See the laundromat?
I sure don't.
Neil doesn't know if the male has a firearm. He doesn't know where it is. He has access to it, but he's wearing a blue jacket, light jeans, approximately 5'9", afro with dreads, and he may be on foot. First name Speed, LaQuintus, last name Miller, unknown date of birth.
Alright, so he's apparently gone, huh?
Copy. Unknown if the male actually has a firearm. Last seen wearing a blue jacket with light colored jeans, 5'9", with an afro with dreads, possibly on foot. First name LaQuintus, last name Miller, unknown date of birth,
But
2024.
this is 1940. Maybe it's on both sides of this.
We know what he's wanted for.
There's a laundromat there.
Where? Yeah.
Everyone can stand by.
I don't know where they are.
Checking first where they can break. Now for an in progress domestic, 864 Case Avenue. Females screaming that they need a squad. They're hard to understand from the TCUC and their brand.
Either way, we're looking for a guy with dreads, right?
Fighting with the
Yeah.
comp. TC has an open line.
He's probably in someplace warm.
Left by 37.
3 to 1, I can break and go down there.
Copy, let's squad it back.
326, same traffic.
The same time.
I don't know exactly what this means, but it says Google is showing the Dollar General store.
At this time, he's not wanted for anything different than being uncooperative.
Oh, females being uncooperative.
That really helps.
Well,
Copy, male is currently not wanted.
we just want to know exactly where the call was, right? Should we just see if
I
there's
think
a
we
dollar
ought to
store
try
over
here,
here?
yeah.
Now, this apartment complex on the south side of Burns, we've had several stolen cars there. And matter of fact, the young man that had his car stolen, the Toyota RAV, he's called me a couple times. He's kind of desperate to find his car. So, there's the laundry.
Ah, there we go.
Scenic laundry.
Scenic laundry.
Highway 644.
Copy, go for it, thanks for it.
Scenic laundry. Oh, but it's probably on the other side. The sign's here, but there's the squads up there.
9174.
That makes sense.
9174.
I just heard state air driving complaint 61 in seconds. Can we get more info on that?
Stand by. 316.
Go ahead.
Can you update the address to 1998?
Yeah, there you go.
Copy, 1998 Suburban.
There you go. Oh, that makes more sense, right? 'Cause
Yes, indeed.
way down here wasn't 1900. Interesting.
Go ahead for 10-4.
First aid was Hastings.
7-4, I copy here. 6-7, I copy the accident. Belvedere and Winslow out.
Just me, or all the roads really not that great?
They're horrible.
Stearns County is fast in for a vehicle pursuit.
Legal pursuit. Interesting. What is it? What channel is that on?
Beltec.
Let me see why this didn't go off. Is it LTEC 1 or 2, or do you got them all? You got 3 on there.
I believe it was 1.
I'm sure that radio's working there.
But 3-2-1. 3-2-1. Male happens in the Anthony Hartman, white male, 20 years old, 5'8", thin build, wearing a black jacket. Copy.
I think they are.
It looks like an M, but it could have been an H. I don't know. I was wondering about that myself. But I think I got it. Gotta get a Washington County radio. Hear what's happening across the border.
Three-oh-two.
Metro 623.
Can you check your messages when you have a moment?
I'll take a look at it.
Thank you. 22.
Curb.
Median check.
He's watching that car here. Car that comes off Wilson and goes down Conway.
One of the big cameras, not the phone camera.
BBM
It
26.
doesn't drive like our auto thieves, does it? There's definitely some front end damage on this one. There's a recent H&R. Check out that light.
Doesn't look fresh.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
670 on 4.
Okay.
When it
Hey,
matches.
it's Bush. I had a big camera. I took pictures. Do you want me to bring it back before I download them into the media vault, or
I got the car.
should I just go do that quick and bring it back to you?
I wonder if that's our accident we're taking.
Do you have photos of this scene on it, or photos from a different scene?
I have photos from that scene. I went and picked it up from team. else is on, but yeah, I probably took 40 or 50 photos already. Alright, I'll come over there and take a look at what you got, and we'll figure out if we need to take any additional photos before we back it up. Copy. You just want me to bring it back to you?
One that just came out. Well, they're both interesting.
Copy.
312-315 can cancel with the camera.
Sometimes we go places and we don't tell you exactly why. We apologize for that. But
You
got it right.
Do you know if the locals handled this crash or if they moved it off onto
We want
city
that one
streets?
too.
Huh?
We're gonna want that one.
You walk from one to the other.
Mhm.
Copy, thank you.
Caller stated that several people in that unit were invited to sound physical. They called back.
First one,
saying that it was
normal.
That's a Camry.
the female was yelling at the
Register here. Or not?
DPW. No.
Copy that. I'm trying to copy her up to 1998 Delta Avenue and observers.
Got a red.
Should have better plan out view for the last hour. Let's provide with it.
County 27.
Misdemeanor work.
Go ahead.
Equinox.
COA. No BWC tonight.
Okay.
Johnson, thank you.
So just a misdemeanor warrant. No big deal.
On tonight.
That was weird though.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange.
On tonight, go again.
My insurance.
Negative.
Okay.
Copy, please. Four.
What do you got?
Copy, three. Four.
Clear.
623, you clear, Grandpa?
Copy, three.
Like I got something in my
Gonna be
tire.
confirmed, then they won't take them. 10-4, could you start a tow for a truck?
As long as it's not a nail,
2255.
right?
Indeed.
Five.
Four degrees below zero now, Pat.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you do the conversion to calculate what that is Celsius?
I cannot.
Okay. Missed it.
What are you guys thinking? Down St. Paul? Check Stillman. Yeah, I'll start thinking head that way. It's not a huge area as far as supply.
20 below Celsius. Thanks, AJ.
Sounds cold. I'm glad we got a different scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sound of 4 below better than 20 below.
I'm sure it has
For sure.
or saw a couple of players in the metropolitan areas. Might play a Lashley Thomas and Phillies. Viewer is cleared. Jenny.
2257. Metro 45630 cars for 1050 westbound
This is
36.
the same car that was there before.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Good. Are you lost?
Yeah, I'm an Uber driver. I turn off the app, so I want to put my address, my home.
Oh.
I live Maple Grove.
Oh wow, you're a long ways.
I go. So I stop here to put the GPS.
I got you.
Are you done for the night?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Did you just drop that guy off there? Then
Yeah, I drop off there.
and then he walked around and he got into a different car, right? Did you
Yeah. No, I drop off someone. He thought I'm the Lyft driver, and I said no. I other person I drop off there. I take the Stillwater to here.
Yeah, well, where did you pick him up at?
Stillwater.
You know the address?
It's a Walgreens.
I'll take a several car.
Remember when we used to?
Southbound 96 bro. We went up rail.
Some of our best information came from cab drivers.
Oh, heck yes.
Those were invaluable.
Take care of 35 and 46.
Now we got to talk to the Uber drivers. It's far more complicated. Oh. I think we got to go to a busier street. Aren't you surprised how few cars there are over here?
Mm-hmm.
It's surprising for a Friday night. Must be the weather.
That'll do it.
I suppose it could be other things.
Metro 674.
674.
Are you about clear?
Yeah, we're going through here.
You're about clear 512 requested a second routine. Southbound Broadway.
Before I heard that. About for kids' room and ongoing. And you know, color would like to see officers as well afterwards. See the 507 room.
Anyhow, what was the plot about Moonfall? Did you pick up on any of that when you were scrolling through?
No, but I can go back there right quick.
Who's the other, and besides Halle Berry, there's a couple of
Patrick Wilson,
Patrick Wilson,
Michael Pena. He's good.
yeah.
217.
There's something about the moon, right?
I would think
You
so.
should just read the plot there.
I believe you can
Moviegoers, but don't tell us the end. Don't tell us
I
that
don't-
007 dies at the
I
end.
don't do such
You never
things.
even saw that, did you? Because I told you the ending.
It did kind of damper. A mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit around Earth
Okay, that's a good plot line.
and sends it hurling on a collision course with life as we know it.
201, caller in 301 is requested.
Okay.
But somebody has a plan to save the Earth, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Can I tell you one thing though?
Sure.
100. It's a smaller passenger car. So I lost sight of it.
Just running one stuff.
301.
Whoever came up with that name was a big thinker.
Such an imagination.
Moonfall. Story about a moon falling. No, but I'm interested in those kinds of shows because I was an astronomer and physics kind of kid in college. And you know, there are something called tidal forces on the Earth that the moon exerts on the Earth and the Earth on the moon.
Right.
Tidal forces, that's why you get tide rising, is because depends on where the moon is.
Mm-hmm.
But these tidal forces are so strong as you get close that the object actually, like the moon, if it came closer, would actually start breaking into pieces. Because the gravity on the Earth side of the moon is so much greater than the gravity on the backside. So it actually pulls the structure apart. So tidal forces, gravitational forces that look like tidal forces, actually can pull objects apart. So I'm always interested in how the sci-fi people capture that science-based stuff to see if it actually is part of the movie.
Let's just hope the moon never breaks apart.
Squad 523, can I get the CN, please?
523, case number 019548. Again, 019548.
All right, time to find a stolen car.
Thank you.
You're welcome, 2303.
I don't know though. It's been a really slow week.
This is actually going to be, the building's on fire.
The building's on fire. East Sector, Maplewood.
Copy, and I didn't catch that plate.
It's 3 Charles William 646. That's the comp. It's going to be Danny's Auto Service.
Danny?
It's Danny's Auto Service. It's going to be just north of the Black Sea.
You know where that is? The Black Sea Restaurant?
Copy.
No, you want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Looks like we've had a couple of calls for
From
fires while they're en route.
Oh, wait a second.
Copy. It's going to be
Uncooperative
the
complainant on a
west
storm.
side of the building that's on fire.
Why?
It's inside too. Heavy smoke, heavy flames.
Let's find out where that.
Yes, I am. That's from Tom. Please read that.
Right, no, he told me that.
Copy.
Okay.
316, copy, not suspicious that Cup Foods. 2304.
Fire. Danny's Auto Service. Directions to Danny's Auto Service.
14.
Getting directions to Danny's Auto Service.
Verifying one in custody.
Affirmative.
Copy, one in custody at 2304.
Oh, it's actually just out to White Bear, so we won't.
Did you get that plate, Williams?
A little too far.
Yeah, it's clear.
$215. Can you show us our PT?
Suki, copy, PT 2305.
It's cold out there. So, if you weren't watching earlier,
Lexington Parkway at the Speedway on a motor vehicle theft. The caller isn't actually be the employee was calling for a customer that said that the customer's vehicle had been taken from the address within the last 30 minutes. It's going to be a gold Buick Skylark without the license plate, but our caller didn't know the license plate and then hung up on the TV.
what do you think we got going on here? Person on the side of the road, it's cold, or?
Does it look like the police are assisting?
Abandoned call.
Got a fire rig and a medic rig on the side of the road here at White Bear in Maryland. And we got another car that's afraid to drive by the fire truck. What do we do? Follow us, but don't run into me now. It is really windy and cold.
Yeah, it is.
I hate the windows open, man.
Transport auxiliary. Yeah,
It's too cold to be out there by yourself, walking.
Yeah, it is.
I gotta say though, I gotta give the city and county credit for finding housing for the homeless, because we don't come across many homeless in this weather.
No.
And,
done a really good job this year.
Hydrant, just south of us at
9173, copy. There's going to be a hydrant just south of the address. 2203.
yeah, they're gonna put a fire out with the water from the fire hydrants.
9173. Can I get County Road E at Highway 61 shut down and County Road E at Hoffman?
That's gonna leave a frozen mess, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They're done with that.
9173, copy.
Shut down, you know.
Copy.
There's a fire up there in White Bear. If you live in White Bear, they're Danny's Auto Service. They're White Bear, County Road E 61.
Never mind. Sugar.
Who's there?
We got
Copy. 2309.
That is really bouncing in there.
Good alarm there, huh? The Destiny Cafe. Or is that actually open? Got some kids here we want to do a little community outreach to.
Mm-hmm.
Guess they got on the bus already. Damn.
Essentially, officers usually came in as our cars and say,
Maybe
"Call
they're
for fire, stay with that, and one is up to that."
They were right here in the corner.
You're leaving in the garage. Uh-huh.
Huh. Well, that's amazing.
852311.
I don't think there was a bus that came by while we were there. So.
Mm-mm.
It's a group of 6 of them. Walking on Maryland.
Yeah, they closed the door. We could be clear and clear area.
Inside McDonald's is closed, right?
I think so.
location.
The mystery of the night.
They definitely must have got picked up.
Coming out to the city at 339.
I'm going to make a pit stop at Quick Trip.
I thought about doing the U-turn. But nah, I'll just go through Cub and come back around.
They look closed inside.
It didn't look cold. Looks like they're having fun.
Sorry, wrong Copy. I'm going to head back to the east side then.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's check these two here. Clearance is cut off for a lot of stolens. I'm driving like a stolen, but NKJ 809.
Okay.
One.
321. Will be clear advised with 326. We'll start with your target DLC.
Clear. To a Sienna.
No, then it was. Did I say NKJ 809? Then it was try 819.
That was a Sienna.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a Sienna?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm terrible at the cars. Moonfall, it kind of sounds like a James Bond movie.
Yeah, it does.
Skyfall, you know, Moonfall. Maybe that's their plan. Make it sound like a James Bond movie. Put Halle Berry in it. Oh, there they are. There's two of them now. What the heck?
Those two were just in the bus stop.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. Recognize the shorts. Oh, I thought they were shorts. They're boots.
You gotta really be desperate for activity to be out in this weather.
No kidding.
Without a car. Did you share this okay with everybody? In your group?
Yeah.
It's 23.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll call you back. Likewise. Bye. Bye.
All right, well, it's kind of quiet, so we can do a little talking. Never get my phone to stay on my magnet here. So, if you didn't listen to our earlier broadcast about search warrants and affidavits and the specificity and the probable cause, you know, Pat and I have done dozens, if not hundreds. Hundreds of search warrants in our careers. And Pat's actually was on the St. Paul SWAT team, and I filter and I approve or deny every request for a search warrant that our SWAT team does. So, I mean, and that's always been the case. I want to be the one to decide, A, whether it's worth doing, and B, what the tactic is going to be. So, and not all departments necessarily have the chief or sheriff make the final determination. Let's say that. And But in today's environment, I've just decided I want to have that final say. And not just whether we're going to do it, but how we're going to do it. So, but please go back and listen to our explanation of warrants and the broad spectrum of ways that warrants can be executed. There's a wide variety of ways of executing search warrants.
Oh, that's all 604.
And for the most part, at the sheriff's office,
Hey guys, just heads up, I'm gonna stop a car northbound White Bear, north of 3rd here. Once I get the plate, I was flying, it's a Challenger.
Vehicles blocking the end of the ramp.
I copy, White Bear 36. White Bear and Ivy.
just checking it.
I get the plate standby, I'm just gonna run it. It's not stolen, just a heads up, I'm gonna make a quick safety stop.
Well, let me just cut to the chase.
Final stops, White Bear and 6.
I'm very familiar with the way the St. Paul Police Department conducts itself, and I'm obviously extremely familiar with the way the sheriff's office conducts things.
Alright, we're gonna slow roll to White Bear and Minnehaha. I'll let you guys know here. He's got his flashers on, he's not running, he's just, I think, picking his spot to stop. Haha, east of White Bear is gonna be the final stop.
And both of our agencies, St. Paul and in Ramsey County, have decided not to use that particular tactic that was used in Minneapolis. That's not to say there aren't agencies that do. I'm just saying that for a variety of reasons, St. Paul and the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, depending on what you're looking for, but for that set of facts, we use a different tactic. And the tactic essentially is we attempt to call everybody out first.
Right.
And that's a very common tactic amongst some agencies, but as Chief Huffman said, every agency has a different set of practices. But the reason I mention this isn't necessarily to be critical of their tactic, although we would not have done it that way. Here's my point. There were several officers that were basically ordered to conduct that search warrant.
In that way.
And they're inside making split-second decisions. So well, how can I say this? If you're going to fault anyone, it should be the person that made the decision to use that particular tactic and not the police officers that were in there. That ultimately the responsibility rests with whoever made the decision on the tactic.
And we do not know at this point why that decision was made.
No, we don't. And hopefully you'll get more information. But it's tough to fault an officer under those tense circumstances who's required to go in there, whose boss has asked them to do that, and then there is a gun displayed. It's tough to fault the officer. The place that the discussion needs to circle around is, was that a smart tactic, and who was responsible for making those decisions? So there's a lot of us in law enforcement that believe it's fine to be accountable, and we're good with after action reviews deciding if that was appropriate or not, or if that was the best tactic. But let's start by finding out whose decision it was and what it was based on. That's the place that this whole thing should start. Car came around that corner really quick. I'll probably take off on me now.
You talking the 1-2 ahead of us?
Yeah.
I got the plate.
So, in summary, Sheriff's Office and St. Paul Police Department do not conduct those types of executions. As a matter of fact, I know firsthand the St. Paul Police Department hasn't done a no-knock warrant for 5 years. And
matches, and it's in the neighborhood.
And the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office has a surround and call out technique where if there isn't evidence that can be destroyed, call out the suspect and have them come outside. So let's just start with a clean accounting of whose decision that was, how it came about, and not fault the officers that were thrust into that role. Fair enough?
Yep. To put it mildly, the investigation is in its infancy. It has barely begun.
That's all we got to say about that. If you want to learn more about search warrants and how they're put together, listen to our first chunk.
I already sent that off to Chloe.
Was he talking about politics?
Just
Yeah.
stuff like that, nonstop.
They're right here. Here, you just find them on here. Tap them. If you are trying to have a political discussion about 2022, please take your comments elsewhere. Find it?
Yeah.
Tap on it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then it goes to the page or whatever. Maybe hold your finger on it. And then give you the options. Go to the profile and pocket or do it.
Should be gone. Well, I don't know, Pat. We might have to go to a different town. Hey, by the way, one of our finest sergeants out there that always is willing to jump in and help us, Sergeant Mark Suki. I love that guy.
It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark Suki. We appreciate you.
Big time.
53 years old, I think. According to the intel I received, covert intel. 53 years old. I hired him, now that I think about it. It's always comforting to have him involved in a chase, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You know? It's always comforting. And then when the chase is over, he coordinates things extraordinaire. He's a sergeant extraordinaire.
Our dear friend and great cop, Mike Polsky, is having his birthday today.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have to give that out to
Of
Mike.
course, I worked with his father. Is his father still alive?
Copy.
Joe?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he is.
In the area at least.
I haven't seen him for a while. Wonderful guy.
think I'm going to bring an old yearbook next Friday, and then we can reminisce about guys we used to work with. You can talk about John DeWitt a little more. But
good idea.
Shots fired.
Just heard one?
Well, this call came out. 1047 the pond. Well, let's head that way. It's quieter than a church mouse over here, and we got the cat team over here. I don't actually know if
One shot from just outside the house.
I don't actually know if a church mouse is quiet.
Then heard 15 to 20 shots.
Ooh.
15 to 20 first. Then one. Didn't see or hear anything else.
224, copy, Roger 180, white on the DOC for person sleeping on the 6th floor, 75 mile. We're in dark clear, kind of dark city. That's 2228.
Well, let's give him a chance. It's only fair. The thing is, they obviously like you better than me.
Yeah, clearly.
So we're on Arcade.
7th and Arcade.
Now we're on 7th.
Copy, 129-117, 375, Lexus Center, DOC for female, doesn't live at the address of coming on apartment doors, be white female, 26 years old, 5'5", thin build, wearing a pullover jacket, 15 pants, at 2329.
I think they moved out. The lights are on up there.
That's unusual.
Or is that the next block?
No, that's it.
I thought so. The lights are on up there. They might have moved out. They didn't give us fair notice.
Copy, 2329.
The shout-out girls have apparently moved. There's lights on, no shades.
138.
138.
Just had a party takeoff running here. Area of Thomas and Chatsworth. I'll be checking the area. He was west of Chatsworth.
There we have it.
Running northbound between the houses.
Copy, fire took off running in the area of Thomas and Chatsworth, running northbound, 2329.
115 copies, we're in the area.
Copy, 115 at 2330.
Out of a vehicle. It's got no front plate, but it's got a rear plate. It's on Thomas by Oxford. The car can swing out this way. There's 2 people sitting in it.
Copy, you may have gone out of a vehicle with no front plate, has a back plate, occupied times 2.
Well, that's interesting. Did he say it moved or it's still there?
Still there.
Where is he at?
Yeah.
Thomas and Oxford area. Be out with the vehicle 010022786 template. Should I break me a couple blocks away?
01, 2.
Copy, 129.
It's like one too many numbers to be able to remember.
Yeah.
Copy, 117.
I got it.
119, can you use assist 117? Hey, Ralph. Thank you, at 2330.
It's to the east side. Don't recognize the name.
Occupied 3 times. A lot of lip service so far.
Copy, vehicle's going to be occupied times 3, 2331.
115 will be out with him.
Copy, 115. Hold on. Copy, 129, 2331.
So you are entering the beautiful downtown St. Paul area. Quiet tonight? Said it's bad.
Yeah. Must be one of those.
Yeah.
Just remember, sometimes when it comes to those commentators, if you ignore them, they go away faster.
Mm-hmm.
Call 315. 315. We'll be calling us all.
Generally lonely, bitter people.
Valerie's is open. There's some people in there watching some basketball. Change?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Just stay on it. Made a new one, huh? Are you on 2, Pat?
So, put this on 2.
120, correction 117.
Put this on 3.
117. Put me on the unit 307 in relation, please.
Copy, 2284.
I think the weather has gotten the best of St. Paulites.
302 to 138, is there a description of
But
the
after tomorrow,
party that ran? You see him?
after tomorrow, where the Vulcans overthrow King Boreas,
I didn't get a good look at him, but I think he ran into one of the houses here. The other unit is running 3 or 3 here on the top.
the weather will break.
Yes.
The weather will break.
We need it too.
Okay.
Did you hear Tom Reed got threatened with a knife last night?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know that result. Some of the patrons disarmed him. Person, and all was well. I don't know if it was just a drunk guy or a homeless party or what, but
I didn't see a vehicle floating around here. The only Toyota RAV4 is coming back clear. So rental holding, sitting on the boulevard.
225, I copy route to 100 California, apartment 207.
pretty quiet there on West 7th Street. Pretty quiet. I don't see anybody hanging outside the Grand Seven today.
5 to 10 minutes ago. 2236.
Pat, I think you just gotta let it go. As much as I appreciate your diligence,
Yeah.
I think the viewers would rather just hear your funny personality than hear you trying to block somebody. The comments go by so fast anyhow, even the goofballs, just ignore those goofballs.
Yeah, code for 2236.
At 138.
138.
The parties weren't related.
What do you want to say, young man?
Don't check for casings unless somebody already has.
Copy, parties not related.
Take a deep breath.
Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine.
Sometimes people send us messages about jerks online, and Pat doesn't appreciate those unkind people that are just, it isn't even that necessarily, you know, if they're not talking about Pat, it's just that they ruin it for so many backseaters, and Pat is conscientious about trying to block some of those guys. And some of them they get blocked and then they create a new name and they get back on there and doing the same thing. It's just, but with thousands of people leaving comments, you can almost just ignore those guys and just pretend they're invisible in the room.
It's actually the best way to go, folks. Just don't even respond to them. Just ignore them.
Yeah, no, that gives them too much credit. We can always delete them later, and they can't leave their legacy. We're up on Summit Avenue here. Took the Grand Hill, Ramsey Hill, I guess, up to the top of Summit. I saw some interesting statistics about Summit.
Yeah?
One of the longest stretches of houses from this era in the world.
Really?
Yep.
Just now, second caller heard 8 shots within the last 3 minutes.
Channel 2.
Yep.
Here, east on around bottom.
We got to do a Summit tour in the daylight. Where you take the camera out and show everybody. Just drive down one time down to Cretan and back. It'd be kind of fun, huh?
Mm-hmm. Did you hear the
shots fired at Channel 2?
I wonder if they're tied. Was it 744 Ashland?
Don't think.
Because there's one.
Maybe they are tied. What's it say in the notes about that one? I'll know if you read it. It's the same.
Comp heard 8 shots, delay 3 to 4 minutes, nothing else seen or heard. Heard from eastbound around Grotto. And 302 is the one who copied the call.
Be advised, marks for 118, 129.
Northeast near the park.
Yeah, we're about as close to that as we can get. They mean that's the park.
Mm-hmm.
Squad 314.
129.
977 Fremont Avenue, Unit 2.
Back up to the Jubilant incident on Oxford. Again.
Ricky,
Copy.
black male, 34 years old, 6'1", 10
How do you got to cook it on 3 there, Pat?
Copy.
One thing's for
Domestic on Fremont.
Okay. What's it as?
977.
I just got flagged down in regard to
It's drunk and punching holes.
Case if there are any, should be at Oxford and Blair at the intersection. 150, we're right there. We'll check it out.
Copy 138.
Suburban, full plates, high rate of speed, coming up to White Avenue. We're on the red, going towards the highway.
There we go.
Southbound White Avenue.
314.
Southbound White Road.
114.
173 and 178.
Did you say eastbound?
Westbound 94. Suburban,
Going to be 700
high rate of speed.
on a shot spider.
No plates.
4 shots in the area.
Is it red?
Silver or gray. Looks like it does have a whiskey plate with high rate of speed. It's probably 80 past the 61.
That's westbound. So he's westbound?
Westbound.
29 arriving.
Silver. What's the car type? I didn't copy that. Silver color, what type of car?
Kill, where you at?
Eastbound. Westbound 94. Silver, dark gray, silver, suburban. Older model.
1723.
So we got a reckless driver with reckless driver with a whiskey plate coming west on 94. If he goes north on 35, we're going to jump on here. If he passes 35, we're going to jump on west.
I'm with you here in a second. Are you staying 94 or getting off?
Still staying 94.
A dozen casings at the intersection 23.
Still got him 94. Coming around the curves.
Fletcher midnight UOD. So it's 95.
Just want to make sure he doesn't go to south 35 from us.
Right.
537.
Then we're in trouble.
Yeah, it's 265.
We got
35 north.
35 north.
I've seen this change at the last minute a few times. Seen this play.
I'm with you in a second. I'm about a quarter mile back.
Committed 35E north. 35E
Okay.
Two cars behind you.
Copy. I'll try to get the plate for you here. Somebody write it down. Whiskey 0456. Whiskey 0456. Live showing clear. And I'm on your 6th. Truck or a suburban?
Let's wait until he's in the county before you try to stop him.
Yukon Denali, SUV, and I'm right behind you. We're past in Cayuga now, approaching Maryland, still northbound, number 2 lane. Joel, let's keep going.
Thank you.
Copy, you want to jump the phone?
I'm going to use you as cover until we go to stop this thing, and we'll just wait.
I don't know if he heard you.
Yeah, he's hearing me. Ask him where everybody else is.
Nope, he's onto it. He's bailed on Maryland. Alright.
No, hang on.
County check.
Alex, we're going to have to terminate if you light them up.
Received, attempted to stop. He refused to stop, terminating. Disengaging, lights are off.
The rest of the CAT team can try to reacquire. I don't know why we do that.
Yep, I'm out.
It's not a stolen there.
Still northbound. Number 2 lane.
Northbound where?
Past Wheelock. 35. 35.
Did you say he jumped off of Maryland?
I thought so too.
I want to get sticks up there. He's all the way over to the HOV lane now.
All right. I'll call the ball here. Where is everybody at?
Just get down 35 from 94. Steal from just south and then northbound 35. 35 in Maryland.
Kill, you got an eye on him or not? Joe Kill, do you have an eye? Joe Kill, you on our tech?
I am. We don't have an eyeball on him yet. Should still be northbound. Trying to reacquire. 3 lane kill. Now and then number 2 lane. Past 36. I think that's him. I can't be sure. I'm not getting nowhere near him.
This is 6-1. I'm with somebody in unmarked behind you.
Yeah, I got him. He's going to go 694. 694.
You got the Explorer?
He's committed to 694 this way.
Behind you. Watching you on the main.
East or west?
I'm in front of you guys. You want me to initiate?
Not yet. East or westbound, Joe?
That's 94. Looks like there's a marked car behind it.
Yeah, it's wicked. Westbound, are you sure it's westbound?
94 behind it.
Yeah, marked cars, back off. Plain cars, just follow them until we get a better spot.
Just call one on the main.
6-4's on the main. 6-4's on the main.
I don't hear him.
21-6-4, I'm lighting them up. We're westbound.
6-4 terminate. 6-4 terminate.
6-4 copy.
Alright, this is strictly an unmarked detail from here in.
Vehicle still westbound, 694. Coming up to Victoria.
Vehicle still westbound 694 approaching Victoria.
I'm not going to chase a car that ain't stolen in today's
Oh, sure. If he's at a high rate of speed, I can't engage or keep an eye on him anymore.
That's fine. Do you have an eye on him at all or not?
I'm at Victoria. There's 2 marked spots in front of me. He's going over 100. There's no way I can keep an eye on him.
Alright, that's fine. I'm going to tell you to drive 100 without your lights on myself. Not half the people out here are.
Where exactly is Long Lake?
2-year-old female.
Is that where it registers to?
Yeah. Is that west?
Yeah. What's the address?
6-4, did you see it off in your head?
What's the address?
1960 Lakeview Terrace.
Lakeview?
Yes.
Well, that's different than Long Lake. But
No, 1960 Lakeview Terrace in Long Lake.
Oh, that's way up there. There's no good ending.
Is that Ramsey?
Where?
Is it Ramsey County? Long Lake?
Well, there's Long Lake.
I have no idea. He was going well over 100, zipping in and out of traffic. Fight against, he's already past 35W.
Is this yours? All right. So we're not afraid to chase stolens, but if we don't know for sure that there's a felony warrant inside the car or a stolen, we're not going to put people at risk at this time of night. You can see all the traffic out here. At the same time, if this was 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
So are we going to go ahead and bail and just head back to St. Paul then?
Tell them yes.
Affirmative.
At the same time, if this was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
We get rides from people through the drive-through. And currently not.
The person out of the vehicle parked in front of Wilson.
We wouldn't be hesitant to chase it if there was less traffic. There is 1/6 the traffic between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning. There's 1/6 that the traffic is that there is normally.
Right.
I looked at those charts the other day just to gauge the relative risk.
8196 Tango and 8197.
8196 Tango.
Are you off them now, Joe? Or are you still going west?
97.
I'm taking 35W.
906.
906.
Unit 234 for loud music.
With Mary Victor Zebra, 447.
Rose on and Oxford on traffic.
That's why I make the chart. Were you there for the chart?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The best tool we have is an element of surprise and sneakiness when it comes to stopping cars. But once they know we're behind them,
2751.
pedal to the metal for them.
Yeah.
He told me to investigate. He was 94 and White Avenue.
Copy.
The other problem is, since there was a whiskey plate on that car from Long Lake, Minnesota, there's relatively good chance that the driver's intoxicated, which increases the risk, the hazard of his driving.
Absolutely.
Some of these younger kids that are not intoxicated actually drive better than the older ones that are intoxicated.
Good point.
So we are up in Roseville, Minnesota. John Rose Oval, the Roseville Raiders, Rosedale Mall, Cedar Home Golf Course, High Quality of Life,
So are we just going to go back to the east side, or are we maybe feeling daring enough to go to the West District and try something new for a change?
Samuel 27 arrives 20 miles 594.3.
Let's go back east. To our Phelan area, and then we'll maybe check out the west side at the end.
Copy. Can someone re-air the plate I aired?
I sent it to you.
Thanks, buddy.
That's the least I can do.
Oh boy.
Getting sleepy?
A little bit.
So is this the cons you came to? Cons Mongolian up here in Roseville? Which one did you go to?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Getting the spice was right is key. But yeah, Cons Mongolian up here on Snelling and County Road C. You know, we have a graduated system, 1 through 5 system in the CAT team in terms of which pursuits and when they occur. And obviously carjackings are at the top of the list. Any use of force involving a robbery. And reckless driving at the bottom of the list. But depending on what we know about the occupants or the driver, or whether they're involved in another criminal activity, that can move them up the list. And then that's all that stuff is that the list is used to evaluate the target. And by target we mean the offender that's fleeing. At the same time, then we evaluate the environment that we're in. Obviously, rush hour traffic, 4 to 6 is big negative factor when it comes to pursuing. 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, less traffic out here than ever. And then what road, if air support's available in a short term, we might continue the chase longer to get air support.
That's always the ideal.
Yeah, it's a variety of factors.
Time 7, every night.
And,
1 minute.
it's going by Rosedale Center.
6:31. Good night, 1 minute.
Just on the south side of the freeway here is where the Rosedale Police Department and the Ramsey County Sheriff's deputies last week confronted and arrested an armed suspect who had robbed several places. Unusual for Roseville, actually, to have that type of activity, but I think he had most of his robberies were like in St. Anthony, correct?
Yes. Yes.
That was a dangerous offender. Running through the neighborhoods here to the west of Snelling and Fairview with a gun in his hand. Actually fired a round. It's discharged a round at some point in that pursuit.
2751, your status.
anytime.
Joe, they're calling you on the mend.
County 2751, your status?
Go for it.
Just a minute.
2751, go for it.
I copy.
Not too much traffic on Snelling.
No, it's deader than a doornail. Sorry about that, backseaters. Thanks for sticking with us. Of course, things always pop after 1:15.
12:15.
Well, that's usually that's the official time. 12:15, but we still tend to get a lot of chases coming in from other jurisdictions after 1.
Very true.
Pretty quiet though. So quiet I thought the radio was dead.
Take me off the board, ELT.
Yeah, another legislator I mentioned, Carlos Mariani.
From 81st on a Silverado pickup truck license to Charles Yellow Charles 458, swerving over lane license, speeding information 4 minutes.
I mentioned Carlos Mariani retiring, and Alice Hausman, who served this St. Anthony Park Como district for so many years and has done such an awesome job. She's retiring as well. This will be her last year. Alice, thank you for all the years of service.
Very much.
Representative Hausman. Here on Como Avenue, as you probably heard, the State Fair Police Department, State Fair is putting together their own police department again. And it's a transition period where our deputies are continuing to help them patrol the State Fairgrounds. And we'll be doing that until July 1st. By then they should have hired enough personnel in order to staff it. This road's not too good, is it?
What road have we been on today
Oh
that
my
is?
goodness gracious. We gotta get out here more often. Make sure we're giving the St. Anthony Park neighborhood some adequate patrol. Don't get many calls out here though. I think the last one we had was that guy that was afraid of the people.
Oh, yeah.
Run to the LEC, one adult male. Yeah, the LEC. Flight 214.
So So we are on Como Avenue in St. Anthony
The
Park.
caller on this called back and said that male
Not St.
slapped him
Anthony.
and pushed him.
City of
Advised
St.
medics
Anthony,
he's having trouble
the neighborhood
separating the
referred
male.
to as St. Anthony.
Following him around the house.
And all of
Says
these
the
names
Colby and that he's
come
straight,
after
and so forth, and they-
the naming of St. Anthony Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the falls were named after
Some saint named Anthony.
Father Anthony, who became a saint. The mayor's got his own street. Carter. They named it long before he was born, but he's got his own.
Well, Robert Street's a lot longer.
Well, there you go. Now you're talking, huh? Now you're talking. How's it going?
Good. What's up?
Everything good? We're just checking. We're just checking everybody.
Just talking to my friend on the phone.
All right. Have a good night. Got to keep his neighborhood safe.
Jake was last on a cops alert out of Ramsey County. Vehicle that fled from a deputy about a 10-minute away was 694 and 6 heading westbound. The vehicle's going to be a 2001 silver in color GMC Denali. Minnesota license plate. Whiskey 0456.
Whiskey 0456.
He's got a double whammy.
Yeah. Must have blown 2.0. Station 280 looks sort of busy.
Yeah, it does.
Can you clear out the buys and put us on the other unity vocal?
Got it, man. 10 minutes.
Well, this parking lot's worse than the road. Check this parking lot out, Pat. This is, the moon must have fallen right here.
Or at least a piece of it.
There's enough craters here to make a movie.
Cold and seizure.
Yeah, they cleared in.
Oh, they're all running in.
Yeah,
Police
we're
are,
good.
cops are here.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
That wasn't very friendly.
Training cars to check occupied stall north 136 Ave.
310 reinforce them.
On the left at 11 minutes.
Well, it's kind of nice to have a peaceful, nice once in a while.
Yes, it is.
Besides that, people say they like to listen to us while they're falling asleep.
I guess we put people to sleep.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good thing. Station 280, food, drinks, and music. Located on Como, just west of 280. That's why they call it Station 280.
Yes, sir.
How's my radio voice coming?
Very, very well.
I know you're the expert on radio voice.
I'm impressed.
Station 280. Jelly Joe's got a pretty good radio voice too. Have you noticed?
Yeah, he does.
Well, there's some running cars that'll probably be stolen in 20 minutes.
118.
About 118.
Clear advise, 110.
Yeah, be 12 minutes.
Yeah, I don't feel so bad when we're out in these neighborhoods where there is fewer lesser crime, when there isn't stuff taking place in the higher crime areas. It's like you're not in the wrong
Well,
place.
everybody deserves some patrol.
Text Chloe and see if my family's still awake, will you?
Sure.
Oh, lunch nice. So that lunch nice. So be advised, big marks to 117. Yeah, we have 13 minutes.
This guy. I'm sorry, but I know the neighbors around here. I just gotta ask him, do you live around here? Just checking. Do you live around here, sir?
Yeah, I live in that house right there.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, you're just...
Sheriff Fletcher?
Yeah, Bob Fletcher, yeah.
I'm actually watching live on patrol right now.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, well, there you have it.
I figured it was you who was pulling by.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
Well, we don't get out here very often, but, you know, it's unusual to have people out on the street here, so, you know, but...
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful house.
Thank you.
Yeah, my mom is
Hey,
proud of her.
tell her we're keeping a good eye on it for her.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
222, you can cancel, we'll go. I'll after the drive. Yeah, the 222, he's already out and added a plate for the vehicle.
Well, that was nice that he's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
There you have it.
No response.
Two 6-7 on code 4.
Yeah, the code 4. 222, you can stay clear. Right. That's 15 minutes. It's about 120. 512. Squeegee away with 25. Yeah, be in 15 minutes.
So, we're going to head south here a little bit. This guy's coming up on us.
3 left, 10 16 there. Sure, can you put me out on PTD at Allianz, please? Yeah.
So we're southbound on Raymond from Como. We're heading into this what's called the South St. Anthony neighborhood. Home of Keys Restaurant.
The original Keys.
Original
Very
Keys.
first one.
Get it. Your available car information driving. On a white sedan that has a bike rack on the back. 028 available.
Hyundai make. Almost like the color changing.
We haven't had any racers going that much over here this winter, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
118, I can start for your domestic.
Yeah, the West Coast assist 1069 Fuller Avenue, coded as a domestic. Caller says roommate and girlfriend are arguing, not physical. With 120. Gabby, 215, go ahead.
215, is anyone from CCTV monitoring?
Good question.
CCTV, are you monitoring channel 2?
The old park co-op.
Anyone from CCTV monitoring channel 1 or 2?
Well, the picture's good anyhow, huh?
Yes, it is.
Even if,
But 215,
even if the activity lacks
Gabby, thank you.
and the conversation is marginal, you know.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
a little bit of a somber night.
Where is Keys? Right there.
Right there.
That is a great breakfast. Come out here to Keys. Obviously, there's one downtown St. Paul.
This is still my favorite right
There's
here.
one in Roseville. There's one in White Bear. All the daughters got a different one to run. But mom is usually here. Usually leave with a piece of pie, if not the whole pie.
They serve a good pie there. And there, right there, the Naughty Greek. That's a great restaurant.
Yeah, you said that last time. I'm gonna have to get over there and check that out. I have to drive down to Highland Park as long as it's this quiet. Get by a few locations there. We haven't been down there for a while.
Definitely.
In fact, maybe I'll just go down Pelham. They're hardly ever.
There used to be a lot of commercial burglaries up this way. I guess alarm systems have gotten so
I
good
worked
they've
out
cut
here,
down.
remember? It's tough working out here, man. Roaming the warehouses. Man,
know what's going on in Robbinsville. He's on 3 squad for Bedone 81. I didn't tell him I know.
So, this is Pelham. It's it's a north-south street from up on University Avenue down through what's considered part of the Merriam Park neighborhood. District Council number 13. Merriam Park subdivision. We're going over Highway 94 right now.
Merriam Park's a great neighborhood.
And this is Denoyer Park. This is part of it, yeah, Denoyer Park.
You say Denoyer, I say Desnoyer.
Yeah. It's getting late.
You think?
quiet neighborhood. Every once in a while we get a little, trend, a burglary trend. What happens if a burglar or a thief decides to hit a house in any particular neighborhood? Odds are they will come back to that neighborhood in 5 to 7 days and repeat the offense because of the comfort level and the success they had.
Every time I check, you put me out anyway. They're stationary.
But if no one does hit, this isn't a neighborhood they're likely to try.
Looks like they ended pursuit or something. License plate 772, X-ray Victor Union.
Pretty soon I'm going to turn that Hennepin County radio on just to see what's going on.
Just an injury crash. Let's go. You let me know when you know. 23 minutes.
At least this road's not bumpy. Town and Country Golf Course, Town and Country Club. Down here on Marshall
and if we went right,
we'll go down and show them. We'll show them what Minneapolis looks like from the saintly city of St. Paul.
We're going to go over the Mississippi River here on the Marshall Bridge that turns into Lake Street.
Yeah, so just in case you ever wonder what the other side of the river looks like. This is the mighty Mississippi River. It flows from Itasca all the way down to New Orleans. Oh, what's that sign say? Hennepin County. So we're gonna just do a U-turn here, but there's what the city of Minneapolis looks like. Can you handle any humor?
Yeah.
Let's roll your window down, see if we hear any gunshots.
You never know.
Let's see if there's a sign. Wait a minute.
Passing through a car there, they
wait on it.
96 Street, they can go that way too, just in case.
That's Suki. I should probably put
2363 Avenue the 3rd.
Copy.
Did you read too much time?
Checking for an east-west, I can break. Another call, 977 Fremont Avenue, marking in progress. Domestic again, the same two parties are calling back again. They are arguing. Female stated that
a fight in the street.
Continued to decline answering
Bankers
questions.
Drive?
Yeah.
Huh. That's unusual. I don't think I'd last that long in a fight in the street, but it's 4 below.
There's why they can break things.
Oh, man. Interestingly enough, there's from 94 down south.
5184 Tango. Copy.
I got some things for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Do ya?
I do. You got trouble?
Well, I always have trouble, Bob.
We'll pull in front of you.
All right.
Hand warmers? Pat's always got the window open and the wind's whipping around. I'm just kidding you, Chris. But we got to turn his fan up.
Yeah, good idea.
6-5 in 27 minutes.
512 Metro.
I-12.
What do you got? What do you got there, partner?
I got a bunch of hand warmers for you guys.
I guessed right.
Good
Thank
job.
You. Give them to the people we run across.
Oh, that's
Rev,
awesome.
There's about 100 packs.
There
Wow.
are. Oh, Rev Spence will love you.
Oh,
They're
Rev,
five.
amazing.
Rev Spence, if you're listening still, call right now. You can say thank you. Let me see this.
They're 5 bags of 20 pairs.
Oh, that's very kind
cool.
of you.
Very cool.
Very, very kind of you.
Rev Scott Tesh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Scotty, Rev is always talking about these, Scotty. It's awesome. Perfect choice.
So thank you guys for what you do. I watch you guys religiously. So
thank you.
Sorry you guys had a rough evening.
Yeah, if you watch that
was.
We're trying. I told Pat we got to go find a stolen so we can get our mind off it.
Exactly.
Right?
Well,
That's our
tried
goal.
to make it a little bit nicer for you guys.
Did.
So.
Thank you. Thanks.
You bet,
Very
guys.
much.
Thanks
Have a
a
good
lot.
night,
Stay
Scott.
safe.
Thank you.
Talk soon.
God bless. Thank
And
you.
thanks for your support. You
Thank
know
you.
what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bet. Of course. I was, reserved with St. Paul for 11 years and 4 years with the county. So.
You want to write it out over here, or
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks
Have a good night.
We're heading down south to
All
Highland
right,
Park.
enjoy. Be safe.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Very kind of him. The Rev must have fallen asleep because he's not calling.
go ahead and hit the west side.
Often there's confusion about the west side. I think the western district is not the west side. The western district is everything west of Rice Street.
Copy 129-117-11,
And the west side is everything west of the river. So,
Or actually south of the river.
well, it's south of the river, but if you consider the Mississippi a north-south river,
It's on the west bank.
it's on the west side of the river, technically. But you're correct, south of the downtown.
And then comes West St. Paul, and then South St. Paul.
And just for clarification, when we say west side, we're talking the clock tower.
152 Baker Street West. They're in
Somebody
Route
pays
31-year-old
attention.
female having a psychotic breakdown.
So we just drove by the College of St. Thomas, an outstanding institution.
White female,
Here's some more of their.
heavy build, red shirt.
They went Division I in sports.
Copy, we'll talk about it.
I think they're talking like Cesar Chavez and Robert Dury.
They weren't actually.
Oh, they weren't?
No. Williams was talking the West Frogtown.
Were you and I collected that one back?
Altieri was talking West Side, but that's why I said they were on completely different. That's why I
Wrong
kind of.
voice, yeah, up Ottawa.
Yeah, the west side.
Yeah, but that wasn't what Williams was replying. He wanted to go to Frogtown. It's all right. They'll figure it out. I just don't want them to think we have a preference.
Disregard.
You know?
I thought that was
Right.
wrong. Go ahead. But
Well, I suppose we should run this. It seems like, well, wait, there's two of them. Never mind. That's a very strange place to park. Legal, but strange.
Yeah. It's like asking to get your mirror taken off.
Yeah.
Copy, thank you.
Yeah, we're on Cretan Avenue going south into Highland Park. That sign there says St. Catherine's University to our left here on Randolph, another great school. There's your friend's house?
Yep.
Just passed.
Hi, Chad and family.
Yeah. Lights look good in the house still.
Yeah.
I was going to say, talking about the river, from 94 southbound,
55, we found her at Baker and Striker.
there's really only two ways to get across from Minneapolis to St. Paul. The Marshall Lake Street Bridge that Pat was referring to, and then the Ford Street Bridge down here. Granted, there's Highway 5 to the airport, etc., but going directly from Minneapolis to St. Paul, you got the freeway and Franklin and University Avenue up in that little quadrant, but then you're kind of stuck. You got Marshall Lake Street. That was a nice looking car. You got Marshall Lake Street, and then you got Ford Parkway. And last winter, when we were chasing these carjackers around, granted, we know.
Minnetonka PD was leasing them. North 169 from Cedar Lake Road on a black Cadillac SUV, Edward Nora John 425. Information only now pursuing. Does come back on a Cadillac ETS sedan out of St. Paul. Borrow is revoked.
Thomas, or anybody check the west side?
Anyhow, a lot of these carjackers used this Ford Street Bridge as a way to sneak back over to Minneapolis last year. And we were down here a fair amount if you were watching live on patrol. We drove you through this new development here once too.
Yeah, we did. The bridges.
Which apparently has got some concerns about this is a rent control issue? In terms of their development.
What were you asking, Miller?
Ford Parkway turns into 46th Avenue in Minneapolis on the other side.
Over by the Minneapolis Falls.
White sedan. Unknown. It's like they're not showing that.
215.
Kind of nice to be back in Highland Park for a little bit. This is called the Village, Highland Park Village. I haven't had a ton of crime down here lately. I'd like to think we did a good job of
encouraging the carjackers to stay away.
Yeah. Patina is supposed to be a beautiful store.
Oh, it is. It's really
My
nice.
wife loves that store.
Repeated?
Huh?
Is it repeated?
Whoever's behind me, I'll just come up here.
How's it going tonight, guys? Good.
Good. How's it
Everything
going?
good? Everything good? It's cold out here. You don't mind it?
I call this 4-puff weather.
4 puffs.
I can do 4 puffs and then I have to go back inside.
Unless you got good company, right?
There you go. Have a good night, guys.
See you guys. I was just checking, Pat, because to see if there was an argument, because what's the sign say above them?
Tiff. Are you having a tiff?
Tiff, exactly.
What was the reason for this?
Yeah, it's getting late for me.
This is as good as humor as we got. I didn't go to Johnson like Louis Armstrong or Louis, but what do we got? Something. There's been a lot of stuff.
Delton and Old Excelsior, 30 miles an hour.
Delton and Old Excelsior at 30 miles an hour.
Old Excelsior. got a ways to go to reach us.
LTAC 1 is our truck we were trying to catch up to.
But 315.
Deltman 101 south, pulling into the Kindercare Minnetonka parking lot.
Kindercare parking lot, there's some
A chase going on. Old Excelsior into the Kindercare parking lot. This will be a good one.
5612, 36200 squad that could assist. 6227 in row. Right there.
6227,
5 I'm in row as well. Five 614 one at gunpoint, slowly getting out of the car.
Well,
one at gunpoint getting out of the car, 30.
this must be trying to pick his child up.
Yeah. Late class.
Late class. Some alcoholic fathers do that, or mothers too, but you know, they lose track of time.
57 cars per motor, so E62 at 28.
So we are in Highland Park. We're on Snelling Avenue.
Okay, I'm on the phone with Blake McFarland. He only speaks Somali, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I know he has a flat tire so far, and I told everything canceled on.
We're really in the southwest quadrant.
Driver's outside of the vehicle, flying.
Southwest quadrant of
The driver is out and complying at 30.
And when we came on, there were actually 6 district offices, precincts in St. Paul. And this had its own precinct.
Way was the best ever.
What's that?
It was the best.
Oh, absolutely.
10-4, 39 minutes.
That was the best.
True neighborhood community policing.
314.
Hey, the other day, I was at the gas station there at English and 36. I wasn't live. I was working the other night. Some nice young man pulled up and said, "My mom's the Zantigo lady."
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he had her on the phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Little FaceTime. We'll drive by her house. Zantigo lady, we're in Rouge. He recognized the car, walked over at the gas station. This would be a slippery road.
It is. I used to live at Highland Point down here for a few years. And this,
7-Eleven, we're on emergency traffic.
on icy days, you knew not to even bother trying to get up the street.
Yeah, we might lose some signal down here. This is world renowned as some of the lowest below the bluff here. But we can pick up on the 5G towers by the airport. I don't know what to make of that story. Is whether the airport towers affect
One in custody, all others continue routine at 41 minutes.
I gotta go over to Ethiopian restaurant too, but we'll stop over here real quick.
And do you still want to know?
Say hi to the Zantigo lady.
25.
Yeah.
She's not watching tonight.
Ah, yes, she is.
Hey,
how are you?
Nice to see you again. Yeah, no problem. Nice meeting your son the other day.
5614
That was pretty cool. Tell him tell him thanks for saying. Was it Brandon? What was it? What's his first name?
What's his first name? What's his first name?
Clearing all Tech 1, resuming normal traffic.
Yes.
3 at 42 minutes.
Clarence, that's what it was. Clarence, that's right. Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah. Clarence. I was going to try to remember that. Clarence. So if you were going to remember that name, Clarence, what other Clarence do you know? Come on, backseaters. Here we go, backseaters. If you're going to remember the name Clarence, which movie would you remember? See who gets it right. You got to read me the names. Clarence.
Looking for a movie with Clarence.
Oh, they're gonna guess it fast.
6715.
Come on. 15 seconds.
Can you start fire for cleanup if you haven't already?
A few seconds to type it.
SCOTUS? Oh, he's thinking Clarence Thomas. It's a Wonderful Life.
There you go.
Well done.
There you go. Very good. So I tried to remember a name by remembering the movie.
Lyndon and Scooter got a tie on that one.
Very good. It's a Wonderful Life. We're out back of the Ethiopian restaurant, also known as the Raz. Doing a little patrol of the parking lot. Got a significant Ethiopian population down here on 7th Street. Now, if you ever do come to visit us here in St. Paul, Ramsey County, I just want you to know it's easy in and out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's another Mexican restaurant. So we're down here in Highland Park, West 7th Street, down here in the southwest corner of our county. All right? And you're going to see, we're going to cross the mighty Mississippi River one more time. In fact, we're crossing the mighty Mississippi River right at the point that it joins the Minnesota River. As of right now, we're still in Ramsey County. You'll see that sign that says Fort Snelling Historic Site. A lot of history across the river here. Lights are on actually in the Fort Snelling buildings over there. It's a little unusual, but good. And as we cross over here, we've just left Ramsey County, half a mile ago, and in another mile you're going to be at the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport.
Not as convenient as it gets.
There you go. Jump in, jump out. And a lot of easily accessible hotels in the city of Bloomington, right near the airport here. Mall of America is less than a mile away. A lot of people fly in. There's 2 beautiful hotels attached to the Mall of America now. And you can just take a cab or an Uber to the Mall of America, grab a hotel.
And there are people from all over the world who do just that, stay at the hotel and do nothing but shop at Mall of America.
It's a great facility, and I think it's the Radisson Blu, but isn't the other one the Marriott?
I believe so.
Actually, my wife and I and child have stayed at both, but I forget for sure what the name is. And this is how easy it is, just to plop in.
Hey, my can froze up. Can somebody run a plate for me? Just let me know if it's clear enough.
There's a hotel here as well. That's the Intercontinental, right there at the airport.
Just getting it decided to start working again. I must have them on you. Sorry, guys.
stay right here. Actually, you can walk right back to the airport in the Skyway or get a little shuttle. Lots of available parking if you're one of those people like me that likes to rent a car wherever you go. Generally, the hotels around here generally don't charge you for parking. Now, these might, but the airport, the Bloomington ones don't. So you just, we're just sliding in here. It's the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. It used to be called the Lindbergh Terminal, right?
Yes, sir.
This is now called Terminal 1. It used to be the Lindbergh Terminal. Delta is the biggest, this is one of the mini hubs for Delta. But as you can see, we got American, Spirit. They did a nice job with this lighting out here.
Yeah, I haven't been here since they did this.
Alaska, Denver Air, they got their logos out here now. This is the departure, but as you can see right now at 12:48 in the morning, not a lot of planes departing. Air Canada, United, Delta, and the rest of it's mostly Delta, 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 Delta. There's two terminals. This is Terminal 1, formerly the Lindbergh Terminal. Charles Lindbergh, of course, first person to cross the Atlantic Ocean with his fly friend. Delta Cap. Sky Cap. So you can see how close it is, and
there's the light rail connects Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. Terminal 2 being the charter terminal.
And it connects it to the Mall of America.
Yep.
Yeah. And actually, Terminal 2 used to be a charter terminal, but now they have several. Used to be originally when Sun Country was a charter airline, but now they have Spirit.
No, yeah.
The Southwest is a major presence there.
That's right.
And Sun Country. My wife worked for Sun Country for many years. And so if we fly, we usually...
Today, you're right. Did that Minnetonka Chase, is that our car?
Yeah, it was, Graham.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
They got him.
Huh. All right. Thanks, guys.
Good news. The car we were chasing ended up being in a chase in Minnetonka. I think that's the one that pulled into the KinderCare, right?
Right. Apparently had a... Did it say he had a flat tire?
I don't know, but it said he was very intoxicated.
And he was only going 30 miles an hour on nearly deserted streets as opposed to 100 miles an hour on a congested freeway.
The cops alert might have helped. They might have spotted the cops alert because in the computer system. I'm sure he's drunk. So just a little quick tutorial if you ever want to visit St. Paul or Ramsey County again. That's the main terminal called Terminal 1. And like I said, we're only a couple miles from our county. And we're going to go over to Terminal 2. Terminal 2 is a little smaller. It used to be known as the Hubert H. Humphrey Terminal. Hubert H. Humphrey was, of course, the Vice President of the United States.
One-time mayor of Minneapolis.
Yep. Ran for president, actually, also, but lost. But long history of serving the community. And he was one of the first to make the elderly and the handicapped a priority for government. So his son, Skip Humphrey, same name, Hubert actually, went on to be Minnesota's Attorney General. And as fate would have it, Skip Humphrey became the DFL endorsed candidate. Norm Coleman, the mayor of St. Paul, became the Republican-endorsed candidate. And a third candidate ran. And if you can imagine this, the third candidate, also known as Jesse the Body Ventura, won the election.
Yes, he did.
Against Hubert Humphrey's son and Norman Coleman. Who would have thought that would happen?
Really?
Jesse Ventura.
Now, isn't one of Hubert Humphrey's grandsons a Minneapolis officer?
Might be, I don't know.
believe so.
Good question. Good question. But, yeah, it's an interesting... All the dots connect somewhere, don't they? Anyhow, Delta goes back to purchasing Republic, right? Republic, and Republic Airlines purchased Northwest Airlines.
Right.
Northwest was originally housed out of the Twin Cities. And of course, with all the mergers that went on, Republic purchased them. But if you ever watch that old Cary Grant movie, North by Northwest, part of the scenes were filmed at the old Lindbergh Terminal. North by Northwest.
Northwest Orient.
Or there you go, Airlines. You're right. That's right. It was Northwest because how about it here? But it flew a lot to Asia. So this is Terminal 2, formerly the Humphrey Terminal. I don't know how you name something after a guy and then you take the name away. Oh, here we go. What's still on the wall here? Just for fun. They must have decided not to vandalize the wall. Right there. Humphrey. I don't know, a lot of our young people remember who that is, but you know, normally I would turn and drive on the sidewalk so you can see the Humphrey sign, right? But if I do that, there'll be a massive SWAT call out.
I think it says it up here too.
They must have. Yeah, it does. They probably didn't want to. They didn't want to ruin those. Well, but look, you see what they did there. Now you have a good eye, okay?
Okay.
So what did they do? What did they add?
A hyphen. Terminal 2 hyphen Humphrey.
Did you notice how the 2 is like 2 inches higher than the letters on the Humphrey?
Yeah, and the letters aren't level.
No.
They're staggered.
Yeah. So, obviously they made some changes. Somebody decided to leave some of the letters there. So a little bit smaller airport over here, but as you look in there, you can see Frontier, JetBlue, Southwest, Sun Country, Iceland Air, Condor. Iceland's kind of developed into a big So backseaters, in case we have a big gathering here sometime this summer, if you want to join us, it's not really that difficult to fly into the Twin Cities. You're like 2 miles from Ramsey County.
I personally think we have one of the nicest airports in the country, and I've been to a lot of them.
It seems less hectic here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that part. So if we took a right here, we'd end up at the Mall of America in 2 miles. But we're going to go back across the river. Oh, on the right here is probably one of the most impactful cemeteries, Fort Snelling Cemetery. And I don't know the number of veterans that are buried there, but it is a large number. And
my brother and my dad are both there.
Yeah, my dad chose to be somewhere else. But he used to come out every Memorial Day. My dad would come out here for the ceremony. He was military, patriotic, and served in the 1st Marine Division. I'm sure I've mentioned before, but probably many of you weren't backseaters, and got shot twice in the Korean War. Served in the Korean War and got shot in a transport truck on the way up to the Chosin Reservoir battle. He would tell me the story about how he got shot, and you know, you think you're gonna die because he got shot once through the chest, from the back of the chest, right through the middle of his body, and once in the leg. And he fell on the floor of the transport truck, and he laid there and thought he was gonna die, and then after a couple minutes he was still alive. And one of the guys in the truck said, "Hey, Fletcher's still alive. We better get him a medic."
Oh, wow.
And so, you know, of course I wasn't born then, but that event, he went to the hospital in Tokyo, and they patched him up for several weeks, and then he went back to the front to fight again, and many of his friends had died in the meantime. But he has a scar. Well, he's passed away now, but he had a scar on his back that came out the front, and it looked like it would go right through your heart, but the doctor said it missed his heart. It missed any important arteries by a quarter inch.
Wow.
So if you can imagine how lucky he was. Served his time there in a year plus in Korea. When he got back off the plane, the boat in San Diego, he called my mom directly from San Diego and said, "We're going to get married," after what he went through. So that was a couple years before I was born, and bingo bango bongo, here I am. But that wartime experience in Korean War, he went to all the Korean War reunions, and you know, fighting for our country and for the freedom of others was always something very valuable for my dad, as it should be for all of us.
Indeed.
One of my favorite pictures I have on my wall in my office actually is my dad and my daughter at the Memorial Day celebration there at Fort Snelling. And if my daughter Kelsey is listening, I know you remember that day pretty well. She came down once and I went there with him. Oh well, what do we got here?
You have the vehicle in the alley?
That would be a cherished memory.
Yeah, I was very lucky. Had great parents, both of them.
122 Nora callers are.
Not everybody's that lucky.
Caller stated that he was the driver. But I can give him a call back.
Makes a big difference in a person's life.
It's the first two. Back in Ramsey County. To the airport and back.
Yeah.
113 Metro. Be 113. 10-7 ship coming in. 22102.
Highland Park's got some great pavilions. Maybe this summer.
I'm sorry, some great what?
Pavilions. Maybe we should have a little party at Highland Park next year. Whoa. Assuming they improve their roads.
Oh, boy.
Squad 312, GOA with 310.
Copy 103.
120 on my phone, thank you.
Copy, that 103.
Well, we're going to hang out till about 1:30, and then we're going to call it quits for tonight. And thank you for riding with us. We got another 25 minutes in us. But it has been remarkably slow all week.
626. Covered is 103.
Call Chris Fletcher.
Calling Chris Fletcher. Mobile.
Oops.
I'll just be 146 your status. 105.
The second Mickey's Diner right here. Great breakfast spot. Famous Dave's.
Well,
CNG.
which Chrysler is that one?
300.
That's on 300. Okay.
What's me?
Looks like the accident actually we had 98
Clear.
front. The caller was at that 1002 address.
Copy 98 front.
So that car we were chasing earlier, just so we're clear, that one that I terminated the chase on, that started out at 94 in White Bear and squads were chasing, was doing over 100 plus in and out of traffic, had whiskey plates on it, ended up in Minnetonka. And they were able to chase it and stop it there. Sounds like it was going slow speed. Pat, you think maybe it had a flat tire?
Yeah, I think it might have had a flat tire and never went over 30 miles an hour.
He ended up in the kinder care. Right?
Yes.
And you heard it right here. It's amazing that all these dots connect like that. Huh?
Yep.
Actually, we don't have the Minnetonka radio on. We have one, but the State Patrol was monitoring it.
Yes.
As well. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, 181.
I'm en route to.
How's it going?
Maplewood with 129 with one adult male.
Copy, that one away.
I swear that guy was getting in that car.
161.
I got it. Code 4 if you want to confirm it.
You closed the door.
The door handle's broken.
This is the RSD, the 1015.
I think I got it, but I'm not sure.
Huh?
I think I got it, but I'm not
You
sure.
saw one?
No, the plate, I think I got it.
Think you saw it?
Yeah, I think so.
That angle? That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
I was watching it when we were coming out.
Well, it might have a front plate. I don't think it's got a rear plate.
No, that's not. I got the plate.
I don't think it had a rear plate. So something's burning. The white squirrel. That one appears to be closed. Well, this car doesn't have a plate either, does it?
Yeah, it's got one in the back window. It's got one in front.
Okay. Need a flashlight or you good?
I'll be good. Got it.
My recommendation, if you're gonna leave a plate off, leave the front one off.
665 Metro.
It's clear.
Right car?
15 with one adult in Hennepin County.
110.
320 10-6.
111.
Oh, it was them. I'd find a warmer place to hang out. It's cold. Well, it's good to know Shamrocks is open till 1.
Disregard. Copy it, 111. $51.83, $51.85.
A3.
At the Motel 6, 2300 North Cleveland, 106. Assisting medics with an overdose, 54-year-old male, not conscious, not breathing. CPR instructions in progress.
That's not good.
83 copy.
3 to Metro 28.
Copy.
Nope.
No.
At 112.
Charlie William Frank.
64814, you can send me that as a third.
112. You for Tango at 112.
Hey, can you hear me? How's everybody doing?
Pulling inside of the bathroom.
Oh, you and Bobby are up?
And wondered.
Oh, what are you up to? Yeah. Oh, okay.
326. 326.
Well, yeah, I didn't get
I'll
it
be out of
today,
here right.
so I'll have to go out in the morning.
Copy 130.
Keenan's Bar. Told they have great Coney Islands
Well,
there.
that ain't gonna work.
Otherwise known as a chili dog.
It wasn't that I could really fit it in that well with everything I had going. Yeah. No, but. Oh. How's Bobber? Good? Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm supposed to cash a check today, but I didn't do that, so I gotta figure out in the morning. For my son-in-law. Buying a snowmobile. But it's an online sale and the guy wants cash. Suppose I should check the title.
I suppose you should.
39 Metro. 339. 10-7, have a good day. Here's 114.
Yeah, you never know. I think they rate people though as credible sellers, right, on these online sites.
Yeah, if they, I think if they have some history.
They're not selling stolen stuff. A lot of people are into that snowmobile. I know most of you warm weather backseaters can't imagine it. Under Sheriff Jeff Ramaker, he and his wife, they're always going someplace to snowmobile. My son-in-law loves it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Grand 7. Hey guys! How's it going?
What's happening? Ike! How are you, brother?
Buddy.
How's it going?
Good to see you, man.
Fletcher,
Good to see you. Call me Bob. Nice to see
Bob,
you.
how you doing? How you guys doing?
Good.
Everybody having a good night in there? Good?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. Keeping the city safe.
It's pretty slow, You're about the busiest place.
Slow. We don't want any problems.
You and Shamrocks are about the busiest place we found so far.
Winding down here. Pretty mellow.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for saying hi.
Yep.
Appreciate
Have a good one, Ike.
Be safe, guys.
Take
Keep
care,
up the
brother.
good work.
Thank you.
See ya.
For the caller, they're even.
161, you there? On the Washington one, they will take over Henderson, so waiting on Sherburne response. 160.
So in Minnesota, majority of the bars close at 1. However, they can get an extended license. You go till 2:30, right?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. But they stop serving alcohol at 2, and they try to get everybody out by 2:30.
Yep.
since the pandemic, not a lot of people are actually using that time, but some do.
On a suspicious for a male on the third floor that's attempting to...
See how all three of those cars pulled right over.
36'4" and average build. We're in a zip-up hoodie. Copy that, 117.
118 cancel 120.
Top 120, you can take her.
No, that's okay, Maria. No, I think.
Copy 118.
Maybe they're all together.
616,
XL Energy Center on your right there, home of the Minnesota Wild. What group is that? For a minute I thought it was the Fifth Dimension. It is the dawning of Aquarius. Well, I gotta say, history will reflect that this last week has been the fewest number of stolen cars in Ramsey County.
This has been, yeah.
Which is good. Claim victory.
Absolutely.
I want to figure out what music this is.
I don't recognize it.
It's old though. Hey, what kind of music is that? What's who you playing? What is that? What is that?
Skylights.
Oh, it's Skylights.
Oh, we were trying to figure that out.
Oh, we were kind of digging that.
Hey, we like it. We like it.
American Law Maintenance at 3177 Street, Little Canada. Been assist to property manager. They're seeing security cameras that are showing motion in the back lot. They're requesting assistance walking through the property. They're going to be arriving in 5 minutes in a blue Ford Excursion.
How's it going?
You got time to grab it?
Thank you, Twinkie man. Have a good night.
How you doing? Thank you.
We'll always find someone that'll deserve a Twinkie. I think what we got to do is we got to tape $1 bills to the Twinkies.
321, copy announcement in progress, DOC, 605 McKnight Road. Caller stating he was punched and that there's glass everywhere. He has an open line, they're not answering questions. I can hear arguing in the background if there's a squad back.
312.
312, copy.
310, I'll be in the road.
Copy.
Goes clear.
Well, we still got about 2,000 loyal backseaters on Facebook. Feel like we should deliver for them.
28 Jackson Street for domestic.
We're delivering a peaceful Friday night.
Go.
Copy 118, you can stay clear.
316.
It's amazing how much that one arrest impacted the overall number of carjackings.
That's okay, I'm at McKnight and Lower Afton.
Copy.
Good.
Caller stating the closet aren't able to get in without a key fob and the doors are locked. He's too nervous to open the door himself. The TC is still on the line.
Busy day tomorrow, busy day. Cheerleading contest. I gotta go watch my granddaughters in a cheerleading extravaganza.
Awesome.
little bit of work in the afternoon. Did I mention some good food?
Nice.
Winter Carnival, maybe parade. And then maybe I'll go see Moonfall tomorrow night. What do you think?
There you go. Why not?
I'll report back. Observe and report.
Please do.
It's cozy in here now.
Yes, it is.
665 Metro. 125. That's it. County.
Crossing to the Young. 123.
You know the odds of it staying this quiet for another 2 hours are 0. That doesn't mean we're going to stay out here for another 2 hours, Pat. I just mean the odds.
Yeah, you had me scared
The
for a minute.
odds of it staying this quiet.
118, I can take your phone.
But if it doesn't stay quiet, I'll have no desire to get out of here.
Copy. The crew at 867 Grand, doing on Grand.
Oh.
Time delay of 10 minutes, stated that his vehicle had been hit at the address, and then they took off. Stated that the male had an AK pointed at him. Caller's no longer on scene. He's going to be actually at 1256 Wilson.
What kind of car was that? Hopefully it wasn't a black Challenger.
Oh,
316. 316.
He's...
Hang on a second, let me just hear this one. 316.
316 is up front.
Negative, I wasn't calling.
Posted information to be a Cornelius Carey, black male, 35 years old, 6 feet, heavy,
120.
classy marine, all blue and white.
Is there some suspicious factors to this one?
drives a Safari GMC van. Now, okay, this... The comp says he's at 1256 Wilson. But the call is at 857 Grand. I am confused.
Let's see if YouTube has a tutorial.
Copy 110, big Frisbee, Wilder on the
Yeah,
suspicious.
okay,
Calling
that
from the
makes sense.
flashlight in the house in the next door was wearing a bear holder. At 135.
Second chance. Second chance for the dance.
When I copy 800 County Road B2 west of Portillo's, we're audible alarm covering food window glass break in 126.
It's kind of a good feeling about the small amount of crime occurring, huh? On the road.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like it might be vacant now.
Yeah. Definitely move.
44 to Major, go ahead.
They're probably watching. They probably maybe they put their new street on here. See if you can find them on there.
Let us know where you moved to, shout out, girls.
We can drive by.
We'll come say hi.
217. 217. PPV 945 Rice.
What the heck was that?
Yeah, we go for it, make right. Any approaching stuff.
That was the guy who was punched and there was broken glass.
Still speaking with him.
Those cars are very clean.
Fletcher.
Well, you know, I noticed I got my son washed mine the other day, and I followed him to a car wash up in Little Canada, and there hasn't been much slop on the road.
Right.
So it stayed pretty clean for 2 days.
Yeah, I got mine washed on Wednesday and it still looks pretty good. Boy, they didn't need it.
Bobby likes washing cars because the sense of achievement when you look at the
Something cars first line from you, westbound 94 at Manning. 152 Pascal. 128.
446 94 weather.
128.
And it is weird how it seems that a car drives better when it's washed. I know it's psychological, but it feels like it drives better.
Well, there's that. I mean, you're a lot more confident when you're in a clean car.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look like a loser. But you know, I don't wash mine that very often. Apologize because I like the undercover nature of it. I want a little bit of a dirty car. Because you are more noticeable if it's shiny clean.
Then you must love my work car.
Did you see that stunned look on that person that just walked out of that alley?
I did not.
Virtually stunned. You know that look. There he is right there.
Crossing or walking or on this side?
Standing on this side right here. Stunned. Now he's running fast away from us. What the hell? All these guys came out of this alley. What's going on anyhow? Huh? What's going on?
118. You can show me around to Wilson address and 117. We'll check the lease.
What's going on, bud?
130.
But 323.
I think there's chemicals involved here.
Let's see if he dumps something around the corner.
Hey, you know what's going on? Why is he running? Yeah, that's the one that came out of there with that stunned look on his face like we were there. Ask this guy where you guys coming from.
Where were you guys coming from?
I'm walking up straight up from this way. I don't know.
You weren't with them?
Huh?
You weren't with them?
I'm going this way.
See ya.
That is what you call obscure. What is that word I'm looking at? Obfusion or something?
Obfuscation. Now he's cutting between the houses there.
I'll tell you what, I got a box of Twinkies and some hand warmers for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You want some?
Hell yeah.
Okay, hand me that box. Well, right there behind you. But here's one thing. I just got this box delivered.
215. You can change it to
See the box?
I'm going to give you this first.
35.
I'm going to give you this first.
Okay, the Twinkies are behind you. They're right behind you.
Copy 131.
You're not going to reach them that way, partner. You're going to have to get out. Is there something going on here at this apartment? Is that his girlfriend or what?
He thought he heard his girlfriend. It sounded like I heard a screaming over there.
Someone take his hand out of his pocket.
Take your hand out your pocket. He's giving us some hand
We're going to give you some hand warmers.
And some Twinkies. Here. There's like packages of 5 of those. Here, maybe you need to open them. Can you open them without me?
You like ding dongs or Twinkies better?
I'll take ding dongs.
Well, give them each one of the boxes.
Thank you. You like ding dongs or Twinkies better?
Here's an open one.
Thank you.
Central 152 and 446.
Here's another one. Open
On
it.
camera
Put
to
it.
be worth money before it keeps.
Yeah, my buddy that was over there, his feet are frozen. They're black. They're not literally how freaking cold he's been.
There, come and get some Twinkies.
Give them each one box. You guys can share then. What
You like Twinkies
I'm
or?
not staying with him. Y'all might have to come back. We're gonna fight over it.
Here's one that's Here's one that's open, partner.
Thank you, sir.
Twinkies or ding dongs?
I like it though.
You know, I've been in this house before.
Yeah, this place is kind of problematic.
Yeah, I would say you guys.
We're just trying to get warm, so.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't. Because the people upstairs call when you guys go to that window.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
You know what?
Go to the M&H. M&H, you know where M&H is, right?
Yes, sir.
Go down there.
All right, guys.
You bet.
Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, take care.
You remember when the people upstairs call when anybody's trying to...
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they try to get into the building. I don't know if one of those apartments is vacant to try to sleep. You can kind of be sympathetic, but I don't know. Well, they got something to eat. They got some hand warmers. I'd probably come back and go in that apartment anyhow. The guy claimed his girlfriend lived there, but I don't know that was accurate. How about that guy that said he wasn't with him?
No Twinkies for him.
He was afraid of getting arrested for burglary.
Somebody coming, I think. Oh, no. They're parked.
I'm just walking up that way. Well, are you with us? No, I'm going this way. The other way. Oh. You know, I got a lot of sweatshirts that I don't wear, predominantly because they've shrunk.
I hate when that happens.
But I gotta bring them down here. Start giving them away when we're on the street. Some good old-fashioned sweatshirts and coats. You know, once stuff gets a little tight and short, you don't wear it much anymore. You look at it in your closet and you say, should I wear that? And then you wait until your longer clothes are dirty, and then you look at it again and you say, should I wear that? And then you put it on and it doesn't really look that good on you, right?
Right.
And you hang it back up in your closet and you say, I should take that to the Goodwill. But I just want to, I have some quality sweatshirts and sweaters. Just want to get, even if it's somebody I know. You got to make that extra effort just to load that stuff up. In fact, I got some in my car. I put a bunch in my trunk in my car now that I'm thinking about it. But you got to actually deliver it.
Right.
But we all of us backseaters, we have stuff for others that if you look through your closet, you go, what the heck? When's the last time
I donated to
Squad 315,
a bag
south of the building is clear.
clothing
Secure.
and a bag of shoes this week.
You did. Oh,
Copy,
good.
south of the building is clear. 136.
Well, there's nothing wrong with taking it to the Goodwill. That's the easiest.
117.
Wait, but some people that we even work with that don't have a lot. You
Got
know,
up his phone on the now.
some of our community service officers.
The incident happened at the intersection of Victoria and Grand. Can you check and see if CCTV's working or not?
I don't think CCTV's working.
Copy. Checking channel 1 for CCTV.
Dick, can I have you go to 4, please?
446 Central.
446.
No injury. You can cancel medics.
130. At Grand and Victoria, and if so, can I get your number?
I guess this is our goal, right? Have a
Take a look real quick.
crime-free night.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be our goal.
That's kind of the end goal of our
Yeah.
job.
By the way, we're driving by Johnson, the other night. I think it was Tuesday night, wasn't it? Yeah, it might have been Wednesday night. They had a little fight here at the basketball game. But this whole week, that's been one thing that's been troubling me, is that some of these schools have been having these kids fighting, guns brought to school, and I worry that long term, if we don't get school...
You don't have any cameras on Grand Victoria?
Gun brought to school at Harding.
At the governor's mansion.
2 or 3 fights there at Johnson. Fight at Humboldt.
Yeah, I just think a failure to have school resource officers. I don't know, I just think maybe the legislature should mandate it. Hate to say it.
Yeah.
And decide who's going to pay for it.
310.
Vehicle code 10-8.
Let the school pick who they want, for the right person. But make sure there's somebody there. The right personality is critical in those school resource officers.
There was, I can't remember where I read the story, but Moore, Oklahoma, which is a medium-sized city in Oklahoma. Their CROs are, due to the numbers of teachers out with COVID and other issues, are even pitching in and teaching in the classrooms, giving classes, regular classes.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. And actually, I intend to do that once we get our school up and running, do some classes on law enforcement, criminal justice, and in case you've forgotten, if you're still on there, take a look at the School of Leadership for Public Service. Go to the website. Opening this fall. Let your friends know that's another educational opportunity, that they can count on their kids being safe, not bullied, and have some challenging experience. Exposure to law enforcement, other public service careers. So, School of Leadership and Public Service. And just Google it, check out the website. And
I think it's exciting. Take a look at it. I think you'll like it.
I have had literally dozens of law enforcement officers, firefighters, others call me and say, hey, I want to help. I want to help with kids. I want to be a mentor. I want to be a big brother. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a role model. Man, oh man, oh man, it's going to be really, really easy to impact lives with all the people that have volunteered and said, I want to help be a navigator. I want to help these kids navigate life. And that's our goal. Actually, I sat down with one of the mothers of one of the kids that we've arrested. You saw her down there.
Yes.
And boy, what a dynamic human being.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna work with her and developing programs to help kids like her son. And
I was very impressed.
Metro 70 cars information on a driving complaint. He's called 494 from 149. White GMC on 28, working over shoulder and lane lines. Information on 141.
Now that we're listening to the State Patrol all the time, they don't get that many driving complaints, do they?
No.
I'm surprised. I thought there'd be people be dialing in left and right. But by the way, their comm center, I'm not sure if I just say this, but I'm going to just let you know. It's kind of public knowledge. Their comm center did get a bomb threat today up in Roseville.
Really?
But further investigation revealed that the original call actually came into the Minneapolis Police Dispatch Center. Somehow it got transferred, if you can imagine that. I've heard of departments sloughing off calls, but I don't think if they said it, I've got a bomb threat for your dispatch center, hold on, we're going to transfer.
I don't think they'd do that.
To another dispatch center. So the investigation is proceeding, but So, hot potato, we're transferring you to the Ramsey County. You're going to threaten to blow us up. Go over here.
Up. We're going to send this to Dakota County.
There we go, Dakota County. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. But anyhow, it's great. The dispatchers do one hell of a job for us at every level. Every level.
That's for 2 o'clock EOT, 171.
Squad 4, 0200 EOT. Squad 371.
Squad 0200 EOT. Squad 263. 263. Squad 261.
So right now what you're hearing is three different channels checking out the squads that are going home. And EOT is end of tour.
267. Squad 268.
Not to be confused with a death. That is a permanent end tour.
Squad 268. Squad 278. 78. Anyone else 0200 EOT?
Disregard. Any other squads?
Yeah, okay. 144.
Any other squads forward, 2 o'clock EOT.
There you response everything.
Hey, response and good night at 134.
That light at Millions Crab just went off right as we were driving up.
Really? Okay.
Weird.
Time to 144. Hey, they got the sign working. Must have been us.
Yep. It's no longer apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S. I'm starting to feel safe myself.
Yeah, no kidding.
Huh? Now I know why Alaska has no crime.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah. Right now they're entering a phase where it's dark. Maybe it's over with. I was looking on their calendar how long it stays dark on that North Pole area. Our squads found a stolen up here in the village trail area earlier today. And a couple known auto thieves that live in this complex, whose names shall remain confidential.
Yes, indeed.
Well, another 5 minutes, huh, Pat?
Yeah, I think so.
We've outkicked our coverage.
Yes.
I don't really know if that's a proper metaphor.
I think it works.
There hasn't been many events at the Myth lately.
No.
I was surprised for a while they were going great guns in the summer.
Wonder what happened.
Well, maybe they just don't like the weather. I don't know.
5181, who are you on with?
Maybe So we are in the city of Maplewood, up by Maplewood Mall.
118, case number is 019.
And we are going to sign off any minute.
019.
Thanks for being with us. If you didn't get a chance to watch the first 3 hours, please take a look at that if you can. I'm sure you find some of the information interesting. Unfortunately, it concluded with a tragedy of immense proportions that were I don't know what the word is, but we're sorry to have had to, sorry for the family that had to go through that. A woman was run over by her own car. We're not exactly sure how that happened. No witnesses. She was underneath the car. The neighbors found her there. They found it jacked. They jacked it up. We were able to pull her out from underneath there, but we don't know her exact condition. She was
2165 Rick on car.
Eventually got her in the medic rig, but it was a very tragic thing. Possibly the car rolled out of the driveway, but she would have had to be behind it.
2165 Rick, car.
Slim possibility. It could have been a carjacking. You know, we can't rule anything out.
I searched the cabin area pretty thoroughly and did not find any keys. I did not search the trunk, but I looked under the seat and everywhere.
But if we've been a little quieter than usual tonight, that's on my part definitely a part of it.
Yeah. Clearly our thoughts are with their family, and I don't know, there's really nothing else to be said. But we're going to try to do some daytime broadcasts a little bit this winter. It's just a little too much night all the time. So we will be in touch. God bless. Stay healthy.
Thanks for being with us, folks. Hug your loved ones. Be kind to strangers. And have a good night. We'll see you next time we go live.